Chief Haase, on Saturday, August 25th, you participated in the Des Moines International Airport exercise. It involved a commercial plane that crashed that resulted in a mass casualty incident. Would you please describe for us your role in the incident command post, things that went well, and opportunities for improvement should an actual MCI occur?
Yeah, well, when I arrived on scene, Captain Collins had already established a unified command with the airport, and police were on their way to that unified command, hadn't arrived yet, and airport operations was also there. So he did the initial setup of the command. We switched the command post to my vehicle, and the incident board that Chief Porter had put together was very critical and worked well. It was a good reminder on when to do things, what to do. But what I quickly found out with the radio traffic, with that type of magnitude of an incident, what I quickly found out was that I could not reach out to dispatch. We decided to move the whole incident to MICTAC 1 because everyone in the county has an availability to use MICTAC 1. So that channel worked well on the scene, but I quickly found out that I couldn't communicate with dispatch. I couldn't get through to dispatch. Dispatch couldn't in turn get through to anyone at the scene because of so much radio traffic that was going on. So I made the decision to do my communications with dispatch on our TAC 8 channel, and that's the channel that we use every day on any incident that goes to the airport. So anytime they go on a medic run or anything like that, that goes to TAC 8. So that's why I chose TAC 8. So we stayed on that, and that worked really well for our communications between dispatch and the command post. The unified command consisted of myself, the airport duty officer for the fire department, also for the operations, the person in charge of the airport operations. He was at the unified command, as well as the on-site police officer was there. That worked really well. They fed me information. I in turn would delegate those things out to them. They were able to find, the operations was able to find us a secured building for any of the deceased victims, so we didn't have to worry about them. They set up the area very easily to see. They were able to secure the area for us. They secured landing zones for both helicopters that came to participate in the event. We also had Chief Minks from the Airport Fire Department became operations chief. He did stay at the command post because we were in such a compact area, which worked well for him to learn about what was going on in the command, plus run the operations. I did have a discussion with him about moving that away from us if we had an actual incident, and that would have worked out really well. The unified command worked very good. We always had constant information coming in. One thing I did find out, that not only could I use a scribe to take care of things as it came in, because I was trying to do that command and run the radios. I could really use two people, one on scribing and one on the radios. Multiple channels listening to. As it turned out, the airport chief for the day was able to do the radio piece for me once he got his people set up doing what they needed to do. So that worked out well, but in the future, he would probably be a lot busier than that in that position. So having somebody on the radios and somebody to scribe would definitely help. Communications back and forth with dispatch went really well. Operations kept me up to date on the type of injuries we had, the number that had been transported, the number that still needed to be transported. So we were able to update our dispatch center, and then they disseminate that information out. So the communications on two different channels really worked well. That was a big takeaway for me. It was a little difficult at first to juggle those two channels with what was going on, but I did have two portable radios that I was able to keep track of that pretty easily once we got settled down. The vests, the NCI kits that the DC's cars carry, as I pulled in, I recognized where they were setting up. So as I pulled in, I stopped, dropped my kits off in the middle. The med supervisor came, picked up the pack, and took it back to their area. I went over to set up the command post with my vehicle, since we had that command board back there. So overall, I think the communications went really well. Once we identified the personnel with the vests, I thought that their jobs got easier for them, because they knew, those people knew who they were reporting to them. One communication mix-up, I think, was when operations was established. He didn't, and command didn't actually make that separation on the radio clear enough that we had some other people trying to talk to command versus talking to operations that would have taken care of all that. That's something that we probably need to do in the future, is get that disseminated out a little bit clearer when that happens. So other than that, overall, I thought the drill went well. We learned a lot, and like anything, we probably made a few mistakes that I think we were able to correct and look at, and I hope this video helps the people that are going to be at the next one, and let's hope that ever becomes a reality.
Perfect, thank you.